live on WBRZ.
His appearance so recognizable, his swing so fluid, his passion so obvious, his absence so painful. This week in Houston, while all actions go forward, all thoughts are on Payne, and with Tracy, Chelsea, Aaron, and his many family and friends. Our efforts dedicated to the memory of all 6 involved in Monday's crash. There have been many weeks on the PGA Tour over the years. Never a week like this. Golf tournaments usually start on the first tee in some positive note. Players going forward, hoping to find success, maybe the week that will change their life. In so many ways, so many lives were changed, and that memory was honored on the first tee before play started at the 1999 Tour Championship. The middle of tournament week, it's rarely this quiet at a golf course, but that's the way it was at Champions in Houston, Texas yesterday as the PGA Tour shut down for the day. And today the players are back from the memorial service, but their minds and their actions, including the bracelet that Payne Stewart wore most recently, being worn by many of the players. It's a live picture here in Houston, Texas, as we start our coverage of Day 3 of the Tour Championship presented by Southern Company, but certainly the overriding story continues to be the person who's not here. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Tirico. Glad that you are with us again on ABC Sports for our coverage of this event, which has certainly and correctly been overshadowed by what's gone on in the last few days. Robert Fraley, Van Arden, Michael Kling, Stephanie Balagarrigue, and Bruce Borland. Those were the other people who were on the plane. And because their lives were not as much in the public eye as Payne Stewart's life, they haven't been talked about as much. But the grief for the family and friends of those 5 people is just as strong, just as deep. And with Van Arden, of course, and Robert Fraley, their connections with Payne Stewart and others in the golf world have meant that they have been remembered in a certain way. We just wanted to take a moment to let those family and friends know that they are in our thoughts as well, even though so much of the conversation is about Payne Stewart this week. And the conversation will turn back to golf shortly. You know, we played 27 holes on Thursday, no golf yesterday, 27 holes today to try to get up to speed and finish this event. But as we bring in Curtis Strange, we know that Thursday was physically no big deal for the players. Playing 27 holes happens in rain situations. It was difficult mentally for the players. They said it when they came in the booth. They were kind of out of mental gas as it came to the end. Do you think we're going to see them in the same situation playing 27 again today?
Well, first of all, you talked about the physical game. They'll be fine out there today. But how can you not go out there and not think about Payne Stewart? And, well, they should be. But Ian Baker Finch, you were at the memorial service yesterday and with the family all week long. What was the mood and what will happen today?
Well, Curtis, obviously, our hearts, all of us here, as the big family of the PGA Tour and the professional golfers around the world that remember Payne Stewart, our hearts go out to Tracy and Chelsea and Aaron and all of the other families of the loved ones that were there on that fateful crash, during that crash. The feeling from the players is one more, I think, this weekend of a celebration of Payne Stewart. I think they saw the strength in those people and the families there and the support group from the church and all of their friends and just the kids' school. The feeling all week was just such a tremendous feeling to be a part of, and the way Tracy held up yesterday in that situation was just amazing. But I do think the players, having seen that strength and having seen the way that they were reacting to Payne Stewart's life, I think this weekend, and today especially, will be more a celebration of Payne Stewart, our buddy.
We saw it from the players on Thursday when they were talking about it, also using each other for strength, and that strength carries on out here on tour, hopefully from all of you, from what you guys experienced yesterday in Orlando. So the business will go on of golf. This is how we stand in Day 2, the 27 holes that we play on Saturday at the Tour Championship presented by Southern Company. We'll come back and cover the golf, and life goes on. So will we in a little bit. ABC Sports presents the PGA Tour. This afternoon, continuing coverage of the Tour Championship presented by Southern Company. It rained a little bit in the early hours of this Saturday in Houston, Texas, and there is more and heavier rain on the way. But they are playing in humid conditions with a little bit of sunshine out and the temperature approaching 80 degrees. Tiger Woods has the lead over Davis Love, Chris Perry's two-back. As you look at the names, let's explain to you what's happening here today. The players are finishing right now. The last few groups are completing their second round. And then everybody, for the majority of our broadcast that you see, will be playing the early portions of their third round. We're going to move to ESPN2 this evening at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Be a chance for you to see the conclusion of Saturday's third round, and we'll be with you back here on ABC for the final round on Sunday. So the players started the day on the first hole, playing their last 9 of the second round, including Tiger Woods. Steve Melnick has the call.
A moment ago, Tiger Woods' tee shot at the 8th, measuring 186 yards. That, believe it or not, is a 7-iron. It's really no surprise that you see players bailing out to their right, because left of the flagstick is no good. And now live, this is Woods' long putt across the green. You'll see a lot of misplayed iron shots still hit these greens, and then players have to work to two-putt, as is the case of Tiger here at 8.
Well, Steve, Tiger Woods in action and showing, obviously, by the fact that he's at top of the leaderboard, no ill effects from the injury that he suffered on Thursday as Tiger was playing the par 4 15th hole. This drive, he lost to the right and ended up in some trouble. It was a few moments before we found out how much trouble. The ball resting against a rock. Tiger choosing to hit the back of the rock, try to advance the ball forward. You see the size of the rock and the damage it did to his golf club. Woods, we thought at first hurt his wrist, but as we went on, we noticed after each swing, there was a grimace from Tiger. The intensity of the swing was still there, going at it, almost normal, except for that last one, which was cut off. But you see a full swing with the driver, and then the grimace and the pain. And it was a question if Tiger Woods would be able to finish the round, let alone play on the weekend. Well, he played 16, 17, 18, and 1 under par. Birdieing 18. Worked on it in the fitness trailer yesterday and today. And here's Judy Rankin with him this morning.
Tiger, tell me about the state of your arm today and if it will affect your golf game at all.
It won't affect it at all. It's great. Had it worked on after the round on, was it Friday? And it felt pretty good. I wasn't quite there yet. It was a little stiff, but I woke up the next morning really stiff. Then today felt pretty good.
Can you explain the injury to our viewers?
Well, it's brachial plexi, which is basically a muscle around my neck. And it tightened like hard as a rock, which meant that 2 joints high up on my neck, C1 and 2, locked together. And C3 on the right side made up for the 2 on the left. So I had a little 4 things going on. So we worked on all those and got it good.
And that in turn pinched the nerve and was the pain down your arm?
There's a bundle of nerves that up in C1 and 2 that control the whole arm. And when up in this area, when that is constricted, the whole arm will shut down. You won't be able to have the strength or the motion.
So since you're feeling well today, if I show you this nasty little rock, it will hopefully make you grin and not make you wince?
Well, next time I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to hit it harder.
Thanks, Tiger.
Well, you wouldn't know that he had all those problems 2 days ago. He's 3 under par in his round today. This for par now at 8.
And Steve, a lot of people have questioned him even at trying to hit that shot with a rock behind the ball, but that's what a competitor does, trying to save every shot possible out on the golf course.
Well,
but believe me, it was a heavy little rock.
Well, I've talked to several players on the practice tee this morning. When they heard of the incident, they thought he was crazy. In fact, one player said he thought, well, maybe Tiger thinks he's Superman now that he can play through rocks.
The Tour Championship presented by Southern Company. We've had heavy showers in different portions of this Saturday, but very good chance that we'll get through 54 holes before the heaviest of the rain comes later on this Saturday afternoon on into the evening. hopes that the front moves through quick, even though it's expected to drop a couple of inches of rain on the Houston area, as Steve Melnick mentioned, needing that rain. This area